Hello and welcome guys. So in this video we'll do environment setup. So we'll install Tensorflow and we'll install all the required libraries which is needed to run Pandas project or music genre classification project or fruits and vegetable recognition project or any deep learning model. If you want to develop and train any deep learning model, then you require some basic libraries like Tensorflow, Scikit-learn. So in this video we'll install all the required libraries which is needed to run all that project. Okay, and also you will get clarity how you can install TensorFlow and how you can install TensorFlow with support of GPU or with support of CPU. Okay, so these things you will learn in this video. Okay, so let's get started. So first I'm going to tensorflow.org. So this is a tensorflow.org. So let's go here to this install part. So here you have to go in this pip part. Okay, we are going to do everything using pip. So here if you see they have given Linux installation. So if you are using Linux device, then you have to follow this instruction. Okay, and if you're using Mac OS, then you have to follow this instruction. So right now I'm using Windows device, and I've seen in the comment that lots of you are using Windows, so that's why I have taken Windows PC and I'm going to do everything from scratch. Okay, so we will go here to this Windows native. So here it's saying that TensorFlow 2.10 was the last TensorFlow release that support GPU. Okay, on Windows native. If you want to install more than TensorFlow 2.10, then you have to follow this procedure from here. Okay, so you can follow this procedure also for our project. This procedure, if we follow this procedure, then it will take, you have to install lots of things. Okay, so to make things easier, because I have tested it on Windows native also, and our project which we are using in this video and which we are going to do in upcoming videos, so everything will run by using TensorFlow 2.10. Okay, so that's why I am following this. Okay, here is the main part. If you want to install TensorFlow GPU support, using which you can do training faster, okay, first you have to check that whether your device have NVIDIA GPU or not. So if your device have NVIDIA GPU, then if you go here and do your Windows upgrade, like from here, if you go here and you do Windows upgrade, then you will get here something. Okay, if you do check for update and you are getting some NVIDIA support, then definitely Windows is detecting some NVIDIA driver. Okay, I hope that you have this NVIDIA. Okay, so if you have this NVIDIA, then you will get here this NVIDIA setting from here. Okay, so you have to click on this. Okay, on this NVIDIA control panel. If your PC support, if your PC have NVIDIA's GPU, then you will get this. Okay, so from here you have to check something, but those who don't have NVIDIA, so for them what you have to do, you have to follow the simple procedure. So just go here, install TensorFlow part, and from here you have to run this command first, pip install upgrade pip. You have to first do an upgrade of pip, then you have to install from here pip install TensorFlow 2.10. I will show you later. I have already prepared requirement.txt. So from using that, you can easily install CPU TensorFlow. Okay, so that thing you can do. But here I'm going to show you, if you have that NVIDIA in your PC. Okay, then what you have to do. So first you have to check what NVIDIA GPU you have. Okay, so just go here to NVIDIA control panel. So you will get this. Okay, so please agree and continue. Okay, so this is our NVIDIA control panel. So here if you see, it's saying that this is NVIDIA GeForce 930M. So this is my device GPU card name, NVIDIA GeForce 930M. Here you can see all the list of CUDA enabled GPU cards which is being supported. Okay, so this is not important for us. And one more thing, you have to be clear that you are using Windows 7 or higher version, and if you have Windows 10, then fine. Okay, come down, and if you come down, then you have to install something. So first go here, Microsoft Visual C++. So if you click on this link, then you will get this thing. Okay, so here you have to come down and you have to install this x64 part. Okay, So this thing you have to install. Okay, this is Microsoft Visual C++. Okay, so this thing you have to install, then only you will be able to install TensorFlow successfully, and that will support GPU, that will use your GPU. Okay, so you have to install this thing if you don't have. Okay, sometimes like if you're using Windows 11 or something, then you definitely have this. If you don't have, then you have to install from here. Okay, and then what you have to do, you have to install this NVIDIA GPU driver. Okay, so click on this link. So once you click this link, then you will get here, you will come here, nvidia.com here. Okay, so here you have to select that. So from here you have to select which series you are using. Like I am using NVIDIA 900M series. If I go here, then this is my this is the name, NVIDIA GeForce 930M. Okay, so this is my driver product name. So this is 900 series, and inside this GeForce 930M I'm using, and operating system I'm using Windows 10 and 64-bit operating system. If you do here find, so you will get all the drivers which is needed to run this. So from here you can go to this view option from here. Okay, once you go here, then what you have to do, you have to install it from here. Okay, once you click on this, then you will be able to install this. So you have to click on this and you have to install this. Once you install this, install that, then you will get this thing. Okay, this is the NVIDIA this thing. So you have to run this. Okay, once you run this, then you have to install this thing. This is the driver which is needed to run the GPU. Okay, so once you run this, then you will get this thing, GeForce experience. So this thing we want. Okay, so here it's detecting something. Okay, from here you can do also a update of your driver. Okay, like here I'm using GeForce Game Ready driver. Okay, so this is the release date, and this is the version which I'm using. Okay, you can also upgrade your driver from here. So this thing you have to install. Okay, and after that what you have to do, and after that everything is fine, you don't have to run these things. We will do this on command line. So come down. So you have to install this Microsoft C++, we already discussed, and then you have to install Anaconda. Okay, so to install Anaconda, come here, Anaconda. Okay, if you come here, then you will get it from here, Anaconda, and you have to open this Anaconda, and from here click on here, free download. And once you click this, then you have to enter your email ID. So you have to come here and click on this free download. Then you have to put your email ID here, and once you submit it, then you will get a link in your email. Okay, from there you have to download Anaconda, and once you download your Anaconda, then download and install your Anaconda. After that, when you go here and you search for, then you will get this folder here. Okay, in Windows. So from here you have to open this Anaconda prompt. Okay, so this is like a command prompt or terminal. So from here you have to do everything. Okay, so once you get here, then as you already installed that NVIDIA driver you have already installed, then after that if you do here NVIDIA SMI, then you will get this thing. Okay, if you are getting this thing, then it means that you have successfully installed that NVIDIA driver. Here if you see, it's showing that NVIDIA GeForce experience.exe. So this is what right now OBS is running, and this is opening. So this is what it's showing. Okay, and it's using this much of GPU also. Okay, so NVIDIA GeForce 930M it's showing. So once you install this driver, then when you do this NVIDIA SMI, then you will get this thing. Okay, so we have successfully installed our driver and everything, and then what you have to do, you have to create one environment. So to create environment, like in my project playlist I am using TensorFlow environment. So I'm creating here one environment, Conda create -n I'm giving, and you can give any name of your environment. Like in my playlist, project playlist, I've given TensorFlow environment. So you can give here TensorFlow, or you can give here like TensorFlow environments. So this is the name of TensorFlow environment. Okay, this is the name of my environment. You can give anything. Okay, Python environment or Jupyter environment, anything. That is your environment. Okay, so any dummy name you can give. And also you have to give here the Python version which you want in this environment. So I'm going to use Python 3.10. Okay, you have to install this Python version because this Python version I'm using in my project. Okay, so just hit enter. So here I've given the command conda create -n, which after that I've given my environment name, and then I've given the Python version which I want in this environment. Okay, so you have to do yes. Okay, so my environment is successfully created. Now to activate this environment, we have to use this command. Here he is saying that to activate this environment, use this command, and to deactivate an active environment, you have to use this command. Okay, so right now we are in base environment, which is by default environment of this Anaconda. Okay, so I'm going inside my environment which I have created. So to go inside that environment, we have to write here this command conda activate TensorFlow underscore environment. So this is my environment name. Once you click it, so after hitting enter, you will, so here if you see, we are inside this TensorFlow underscore environment. This base got renamed with this. Okay, so we are in this environment. Okay, so we are inside our TensorFlow environment. So if we want to explore something in this environment, then if you want to see like how many number of environment exist here, so you have to do conda env list. Okay, if you do this, then it will show you how many number of environments exist inside your Anaconda. So these are Conda environment which is present. So base environment, this GPU TensorFlow, my environment, and this is our new environment which we have created. Okay, this TensorFlow environment. So by running this command conda env list, you will get all the list of environment. Okay, so right now we are in this environment, and if you want to deactivate this environment, then you have to write here conda deactivate. So if you write this, then your environment will get deactivated, and now you are in base environment. Okay, so now to activate your environment, you have to write conda activate your environment name. Okay, so conda activate TensorFlow environment. So now you are inside your TensorFlow environment. Okay, and suppose you forgot your environment, which environment in which your environment you are working, or exact name of your environment, then you have to write this command conda env list. Then you will get the details of all the list of environment which is present. Okay, if you are doing for first time, then you will get only two environment. First is base, and second one is which you have created right now. Okay, which is your TensorFlow env. Okay, this is a older environment which I have created. Okay, that's why it's showing here. Okay, so we are inside this TensorFlow underscore environment. Now what you have to do? Now you have to do a GPU setup. So first you have to install all the drivers. We have already done the installation. Here our driver is ready. Okay, now you have to run this command. Okay, then you have to install this CUDA toolkit and CUDA NN. Okay, CUDA neural network. So this command you have to run. So just copy this command from here, and you have to go here, and you have to run this. Okay, conda install, and this command you have to run. Press enter. So once you press enter, so this thing is installing inside this TensorFlow underscore environment. So before that, you have to activate this environment. Okay, then only these things will get installed inside this TensorFlow underscore environment. So here you have to do yes. Okay, so we have successfully installed our CUDA toolkit. Okay, so if I go here, then after that we have to do this thing. Okay, pip install, and we have to do upgrade of pip. Okay, so let's do upgrade of pip because we are using a TensorFlow 2.10. So we have to do upgrade. Okay, so he is saying that please run the following command. So to run that, you have to use this command python.exe and this thing. Okay, so like this you have to run. So run like that. So we have successfully upgraded our pip from version 24.2 to 24.3.1. Okay, so now our environment is ready. Okay, now we can install TensorFlow or anything. Okay, so to install TensorFlow you have to run like this, pip install and this thing, but make sure that it is less than TensorFlow 2.11. Okay, because after 2.10 it's not supporting GPU. Okay, so now what I will do, so for that I have prepared requirement.txt. So let's go inside my this plant disease folder. So here I have this test train and valid, and also I have taken the code from GitHub. So this is my code of training code of our plant disease. Okay, plant disease project. So this is our plant disease project training code. So I will also give you, I will also show you by running this code using TensorFlow. Okay, so from here you can select your environment. So we are using TensorFlow underscore environment. So first go inside that. So here is our TensorFlow underscore environment. So this environment we'll use and we will run our notebook from here. But before that, I will show, we have to install all the required libraries. We have not installed Seaborn, Pandas, Matplotlib, TensorFlow. Okay, so let's go inside this requirement.txt. So this is the our requirement.txt. So inside we have TensorFlow with version 2.10, Scikit-learn with this version, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, Streamlit, and Librosa. Okay, Librosa is for audio processing. So these are some basic required libraries which is needed to run our plant disease project or music genre classification project, or right now we are working on human eye disease prediction, which is our upcoming project. Okay, so that project also you can run by using this many number of libraries. Okay, so now we have to install all these required libraries in our TensorFlow environment. Okay, so open your Anaconda prompt from here. Okay, so I'm opening this Anaconda prompt. So by default we are in base environment, so we have to go inside our environment which we have created, TensorFlow underscore environment. Why? Because everything whatever we have done so far we have done inside this environment, TensorFlow underscore environment. So we have to go inside this, and now what we have to do, we have to copy the path from here. So copy this entire path from here and go inside this, and you have to do cd and you have to paste this path. Okay, so now we are inside this plant disease dataset. If I do dir, so here you have to do dir. So if you do dir, then you will get everything. Like here we have requirement.txt, test train and training model. So these are everything, all the files are present inside this directory. Okay, plant disease dataset. Now we have to install this requirement, this entire library inside our TensorFlow environment. So to install that, you have to run this command pip install. You have to do here -r, then you have to write here this file name requirement.txt. Requirement, if you press tab, then you will get here requirement.txt. Okay, so like this you have to do pip install -r and this requirement.txt. So this requirement.txt contains all the required libraries which is needed. Okay, so let's press enter. So once you press enter, see here it's installing first this TensorFlow 2.10. So TensorFlow 2.10 is getting installed. Okay, so what he's saying, because these packages were having version conflict, Streamlit 1.31 depends on this. And okay, so he's saying that TensorFlow 2.10 requires this thing, and this Streamlit depends on this. So this version conflict it has. So what we will do, so let's go inside this requirement.txt. So he's saying that he's not able to install, so I'm removing this. Okay, so if I remove this thing, then according to this TensorFlow, whatever is a suitable version, that is that will get installed. Okay, So that's why I'm removing that that version constraint from this Streamlit. Okay, so I've saved it, right? Okay, yeah, I've saved it. Now let's run again this thing. Okay, I think now we will not face that problem. Again, run pip install -r requirement.txt. So it's installing everything. Okay, so now he is installing Streamlit 1.22. Okay, it's picking that Streamlit version which is compatible with TensorFlow 2.10. Okay, that's why we have removed that constraint of version from Streamlit, because we need TensorFlow 2.10, but we are comfortable in any Streamlit version. Okay, so we have successfully installed our TensorFlow and all the required libraries. Now let's go to VS Code. So from here we can run. Okay, so first you have to select your kernel. So from here you can, like, if you click on this Python environment, and from here you can select your kernel. So I'm selecting this TensorFlow underscore environment, and if I go to tensorflow.org, then I will show you something. So here, to test whether you have installed TensorFlow with GPU or not, you can run this command. Okay, so you can run this entire thing on command line, but here I will run and show you. So let's see whether we have TensorFlow or not. Okay, so it's connecting to kernel of this TensorFlow underscore environment. So we are running it for first time, so it will take some time. So it's saying that you have to install this IPy kernel. Okay, this package you have to install in VS Code. Okay, then only you will be able to run Jupyter notebooks. Okay, so I'm installing this. Okay, so kernel is installed, and it's connecting to TensorFlow underscore environment. Now code is running. Okay, so we have successfully imported our libraries. Now let's run this tf.config.list physical device, and here I have selected GPU. Let's see what we are getting. Yeah, so here we are getting this GPU 0, device type is GPU, so it's detecting some device. Okay, if I put here CPU, then you will get here CPU device. Okay, so right now we have only one GPU, that's why it's showing me GPU 0. Okay, so it's detecting GPU. Okay, now let's run this script and see what we are getting. So from here I am running this. So now it's using GPU. Okay, so it's saying that found 70,295 files belonging to 38 classes. Let's do NVIDIA SMI. Then it's showing me that it's using this much of GPU. Okay, if you see here, we have 2048 MB of GPU, and it's using this much of GPU. Okay, and now where GPU are being consumed, so it's OBS is also using GPU. So I'm doing screen recording, so it's also using some GPU, and this NVIDIA GeForce we have opened. So this thing we have to close from here. Okay, this doesn't required here. So this thing is also using something, and this TensorFlow environment is also using GPU. Okay, now I think if I do NVIDIA SMI, then because I have closed that, yeah, so it's gone. That NVIDIA which I have opened, that's gone. So now only TensorFlow environment is using GPU and OBS is using GPU. Now let's run this. So validation set I'm running. Okay, so it's saying that this much of file present. Let's run these commands. Okay, fine. CNN.summary. So it's showing me this much of parameters. Let's do training and see what we are getting. I'm not using very powerful GPU machine, so let's see what I'm getting. Okay, so my training is started. So if you see, this is taking this much of time using GPU, and if I go here, like if I go here and if I do here NVIDIA SMI, then you will see here, this is the usage of GPU. 1984 MB of GPU is being used. Okay, so 83% of GPU utilization is being done. Okay, so training is started, and I think it's faster than if I train it on TensorFlow CPU, then definitely it will be slow. So here I think it is little faster. and here I'm not using very powerful GPU, so this is the expected training time which it will take, and our model is also around 29 MB, so that's why it will take this much of time. Okay, and one more thing, if you don't have GPU, like if you are not able to do NVIDIA SMI and your PC doesn't have NVIDIA or any GPU, then you have to directly do pip install this thing. Okay, if you directly do pip install this thing, then by default, when you don't have CUDA and GPU, that NVIDIA driver installed in your device, then by default it will install TensorFlow CPU. Okay, so if you do directly pip install this version or any version, then by default it will install CPU. Okay, so if you notice one thing, that before installing this TensorFlow, we have installed this CUDA toolkit. Why we have done this? Because after doing this, when we are installing this TensorFlow, then first TensorFlow is searching for CUDA. If he's getting CUDA, if he is speaking CUDA in that environment, then TensorFlow is getting installed with GPU support. If it will not get CUDA, then it will install with CPU support. Okay, and CUDA will get only installed when you have NVIDIA driver. He's saying that first install NVIDIA GPU driver, then install this thing, CUDA deep neural network, and this CUDA toolkit. Okay, so this thing only get installed when you have GPU. So if you if you don't want to waste your time by installing GPU, then directly run this command, and if you are able to install it successfully, then it means that CUDA is detecting GPU and it's picking GPU driver, and CUDA is able to install. And once CUDA get installed in your device, then after that you have to do pip upgrade, and then you can easily install this TensorFlow 2.10. And once you install this, then TensorFlow will pick CUDA, and everything is fine. Okay, so this TensorFlow GPU depends on CUDA, and CUDA depends on NVIDIA GPU driver. Okay, so this thing is related to each other. So this is how by using this you can easily install TensorFlow. Okay, so this is the basic idea behind this. Okay, so I hope you got clarity that how you can install TensorFlow, and how you can create environment. And just make sure that once you start your project or install any library, then you have to go inside this TensorFlow underscore environment. And to go inside this environment, you have to write here command conda activate and that environment name. So if you do that, then you will go inside your environment, and after that you install anything by using pip install that library name. Okay, or you can do one thing, just put here, after this just put that library name here, and if you do pip install -r requirement.txt, then it will get installed. Okay, so this is all about the installation part. I hope you understand how you can install this. So by following this step, you will be able to install all this library: TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, Streamlit, and Librosa. And this is what we need to run our plant disease project, or music genre project, or human eye disease prediction project. Okay, everything will get implemented by using these libraries. Okay, so if I go here, so this much of time it's taking. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Thank you guys, thanks a lot for watching this video.